Will there be an auto market apocalypse in the future? And many in Gen Z plan to keep spending money. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Breck Dumas titled, "Americans Increasingly Upside Down on Auto Loans as Used Car Values Fall." The author of this article referenced Edmunds' latest used vehicle report that found a growing number of Americans are upside down on their auto loans as used prices decline and the average amount consumers are underwater is at an all-time high. The author went on to say the percentage of new vehicle sales that had a trade-in with negative equity jumped to 20.4%. up from 17.7% in 2022 and 14.9% in 2021. Well, my friends, I am not surprised to be hearing about this. In the past few years, a lot of people had stimulus check money in their pocket. Some chose not to pay their rent because of the eviction moratorium. A lot of people had extra money each month because their student loan payments were on pause for approximately 3 years. Many people went out and bought their dream cars and trucks and paid thousands of dollars over MSRP. I read stories about people paying tens of thousands of dollars over MSRP for expensive luxury vehicles. Many dealers capitalized on the mania. Some added on accessories that they were able to mark up. For those of you who follow this channel regularly, you may have heard me talk in the past about 2 dealers that I visited who were charging for paint protection on new vehicles. One was charging approximately $1,000 for paint protection, and the other was charging close to $2,000. I asked a friend of mine who knows people who work at one of the dealerships how much the dealer spends to apply the paint protection. He said about $30 per car. At both dealerships, you have no choice but to take a car or truck with the paint protection because they apply it to all vehicles on their lot and they can't take it off. It is just a money-making scheme. People still pay it since the finance office workers are really smooth about telling customers how little the cost comes out to be per payment. I would never pay for this overpriced paint protection. I would go to a different dealership that is actually ready to deal and not rip me off. Not only have people in the past few years paid over MSRP for their vehicles in some cases, many also rolled this paint protection add-on into the loan as well. Prior to the health crisis, when dealerships were more fair in their business practices, customers would still drive off the lot with a new vehicle and instantly be in a negative equity position. That's just what happens when you buy a new vehicle. Now consumers are in a much larger negative equity position when they drive off the dealership lot because of paying over MSRP and also because of the overpriced add-ons. Getting back to the article, the author said the average amount consumers owe on upside-down loans is at a record high of $6,064, up from $5,347 in the fourth quarter of 2023 and $4,143 in 2021. Well, my friends, the author reported the average. I have no doubt the average is being thrown off by people who paid tens of thousands of dollars over MSRP for something like a new Mercedes G-Wagon. I would have liked to have seen the median data. Still, $6,064 is a lot of negative equity to have in your vehicle loan. First of all, I would never finance a vehicle, but assuming I did have a vehicle loan and I had $6,064 in negative equity, I would not be trading my car in on something shiny and new. I would live beneath my means, maintain my car, and do my best to pay it off. Unfortunately, that's not what a lot of Americans do. Many want the fancy new model with the big screen and the big rims. Many will simply roll the negative equity over to the new vehicle loan and then get the finance office to extend the term of the vehicle loan out as far as possible. It is unbelievable to me that we actually have 84-month, 96-month, and 108-month vehicle loans available today. I did a quick search online today, and one of the first financial institutions that popped up was called Great Meadow Federal Credit Union. They offer a 108-month auto loan. I don't know anything about them other than they offer a 108-month auto loan. I'm not endorsing them in any way. Always complete your own due diligence before taking out any loan. If it were me, I would not be getting a 108-month vehicle loan. I wouldn't get a loan at all. Save the money and pay cash for the vehicle. But don't go into the dealership and start bragging about how you are going to pay cash. You could end up getting a worse deal on the vehicle. I always act like I'm open to discussing the financing available and the extended warranties available. When I negotiate the price of the vehicle with the salesperson who goes back and forth with the sales manager, I always tell them they may not be making much money on the car they are selling me, but they may make some decent money financing the vehicle and financing an extended warranty along with the other things such as wheel protection. Note, I said they may make some decent money. I didn't say they will. My objective is to get the best price on the vehicle during the negotiation phase with the salesperson. I'll be polite and listen to what the person in the finance office has to say, but I'll decline all of those overpriced packages. But hey, that's just what I do. You do whatever you want. If you want to walk into the dealership acting like you're a big baller, bragging about paying cash, and you want to overpay for your vehicle, go right ahead. Getting back to the article, the author referenced the director of insights at Edmunds named Ivan Drury, who said a storm is brewing in the used market as incentives and inventory continue to trickle back into the new vehicle market. He went on to say, with demand for near-new vehicles on the decline, used car values are depreciating similarly to the way they did before the pandemic, and negative equity is rearing its ugly head. Well, my friends, I have to wonder how bad this negative equity situation may get. If dealer-only auctions start piling up with vehicles and the dealership lots start to fill up with inventory and there are less buyers due to the higher interest rate environment that we are in and due to people being unable to afford the new payment once they roll over their negative equity to another vehicle, things could get real in the car market. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, sadly, the resale of EVs is causing a huge part of this problem. Once the government stopped paying people to buy EVs, the EV market is crashing. That also crashed the resale value of EVs. Well, my friends, this commenter is spot on. I have seen countless articles out there about the dismal secondary market for certain EV models. Note, I said certain EV models. Another commenter also shared information about EVs. This commenter said, how much is a 6 or 7 year old iPhone worth? How much will a 6 or 7 year old EV be worth? Exactly. The next EV downside is people will get charged to dispose of their highly toxic EVs at the end of their useful lives. You can bet that's coming. Well, my friends, I really hope that does not come to fruition. I hate to think of anyone being charged a fee to dispose of a used EV after it's no longer worth investing money into to keep it on the road. I would think someone could still part it out to other drivers who still have their same model on the road and need inexpensive components. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, the stimulus money is almost gone. The used car market bubble is popping. Similar to the real estate bubble, unqualified buyers pumped it up artificially. Hold on a while, and you will be able to get used cars at rock bottom prices. New car sales will slump. So let me ask all of you, do you think we will see an apocalypse in the auto market in the future? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Maybe some of the adults in Generation Z will help keep the car market propped up, since many plan to live in the present and spend money regardless of what is happening around them. I read an article today on Yahoo Finance put out by Go Banking Rates and written by Yael Buzziati Kennedy, titled, Why Gen Z Plans to Spend More Despite Feeling Financially Insecure. According to the author, 62% of Gen Z adults believe the country will enter a recession this year, which is the highest cohort that thinks that way. But Gen Z adults are also the most likely to say they'll increase non-essential spending, with 36% indicating so. The author referenced Steve Sexton, the CEO of the Sexton Advisory Group, who said, Generation Z is more likely to see money as a tool to live in the present, prioritizing quality of life and experiences over a robust retirement account. Well, my friends, I really hope these young people in Generation Z have wealthy parents and grandparents who are going to leave them a lot of money that they can use for a comfortable retirement. Please understand, I'm not bashing anyone in Generation Z. Quite the contrary. I am worried about some of them. I worry about the adults in Generation Z who may not receive an inheritance. Reaching retirement age with little to no savings after a lifetime of prioritizing quality of life in the present may be a big shock. Imagine reaching an age where you can no longer work due to mental or physical limitations and then trying to survive on a small amount of Social Security income each month. Some will reach that point in life and wonder where they went wrong. Some may realize they should have foregone some luxuries in life at a younger age to set themselves up for a more comfortable retirement. I realize you could die in a car crash later today, so you never want to take tomorrow for granted. But some people may live into old age and have no one to rely on for help. Some people are really on their own in this world. I think some individuals need to make sure they are doing their best to set money aside for the future so they don't end up living in a tent city somewhere because they can't afford rent and other living expenses on Social Security alone. Somewhere in America right now, there are individuals in this very predicament. However bad this is now, it could be a lot worse decades from now, given the rising cost of living. Generation Z better be very careful, in my opinion. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.